Your finger stopped working 3 months ago. Not all at once. The feeling drained out of them slowly, the way water drains from a cracked basin, until one morning you woke up and realized you couldn't feel the sheets beneath your hands at all. Your physicians wrap them every morning in fresh linen. You watch them do it. You feel nothing. You are 22 years old. You are the king of Jerusalem, and you have not left this bed in 4 months. Most kings who reach this point abdicate. They hand the crown to someone younger, someone healthier, someone whose body isn't consuming itself from the inside. They retire to a monastery or a country estate, and they let someone else carry the weight. Nobody would blame you. Everyone expects it. Your court has been waiting for it since before you could walk without help. You have no intention of giving them what they want. Level 1. The bed becomes the throne. Your eyes are going. The light in the room looks different now. Softer at the edges. Blurring in ways it didn't 6 months ago. Servants describe everything to you in detail. The letters that arrive from the northern territories. The reports from the border scouts. The mood of the barons in the great hall below. You build a picture of your kingdom entirely from other people's words, and you have learned, over 11 years on this throne, exactly which words to trust and which ones to read between. You dictate your responses from the bed. Firm, specific, detailed responses that make it clear to every baron, every general, every scheming advisor that the mind behind the crown is still sharper than anything they have in that hall below. Your body is finished. Your mind is not. Level 2. The enemy outside the walls. Saladin is rebuilding. You know this not because your eyes can read the scout reports, but because you understand how Saladin thinks. He is patient. He does not waste armies on battles he hasn't already won on paper. After Montgisard, after the stretcher at the Sea of Galilee, he has learned something about you that most of your own court hasn't fully grasped. That your body being broken does not mean your judgment is broken with it. He is waiting for you to die. He has been waiting for years. Every season you survive is a season he has to keep waiting, keep rebuilding, keep holding his army back from a kingdom that is weaker every month, but still has you at its center. You are the only thing between Jerusalem and the most patient general in the known world, and you are running out of time to find someone who can replace what you've been. Level 3. The war inside the walls. The bigger battle has never been Saladin. It has always been this, the French knight your sister married, the man who has been circling the throne since the day he arrived in Jerusalem with ambition where his loyalty should have been. He sits in the hall below your bed, and he smiles at the right people, and he waits, just like Saladin, for you to stop breathing. You humiliated him publicly when he broke the truce and raided Saladin's merchant caravans like a man who had never heard the word consequence. The barons protested. You ignored them from a bed you couldn't get out of, because being horizontal does not make you wrong. He is still there, still smiling, still counting the days. You cannot walk to the great hall and remind them all who is king. So you do it from here, from this room, from this bed, with nothing but words and the weight of 11 years of decisions that kept this kingdom alive when every odd said it shouldn't be. Level 4. The heir problem. Your sister's infant son is the answer you don't want to give but have to. A child on the throne is a disaster waiting to happen. You know this. You knew it when you were a 13-year-old child on the throne yourself and watched the barons calculate behind their bows of loyalty. A child king means a regent. A regent means the French knight finds a way back in through a door you thought you'd closed. You force the barons to swear their oaths to the boy anyway. One by one they come to this room, to this bed, and they kneel and they swear. Some of them mean it. You can hear the ones who don't, a slight hesitation before the words, a formality that sounds rehearsed rather than felt. You file every name, you note every hesitation, you are blind, you are not fooled. A regent means, level 5, the price of 11 years. You are 23. Spring in Jerusalem. You cannot feel the warmth coming through the window. You cannot see the white. The prayers from the church below the palace walls reach you faintly, familiar. The same prayers that have marked every morning of your reign.
11 years. You took this crown at 13 with a disease already eating your body and a kingdom surrounded by enemies who were certain you wouldn't last. You drove Saladin into the desert at 16 with 375 knights against 26,000 soldiers. You rode to battle on a stretcher when you couldn't walk because the men needed to see the banner of Jerusalem moving toward them. You held it together with a body that should have given out years ago and a mind that never did. The servants change your bandages one final time. The room goes quiet in the way rooms go quiet when something is ending. 2 years after this morning, the French knight you spent your entire reign trying to stop will march Jerusalem's army into a trap at the horns of Hattin and hand Saladin everything you bled to protect. Every oath, every decision, every morning you dictated letters from this bed. Instead of surrendering, it buys Jerusalem 11 years it wouldn't have had. Not enough, never quite enough. But you didn't rule from this bed because you thought you could win forever. You ruled from this bed because the alternative was letting them have it while you were still breathing. The king who ruled from a deathbed ruled until there was nothing left to rule with. That is the only kind of king Jerusalem ever needed. You are 23 years old. You are history.